Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. You with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision what comic books to buy. Today, fans, we're going to talk about my favorite superhero, and that is the Amazing Spider-Man. In fact, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 8. That's right, fans. Here on the cover, you can see Mayte Parker, where it says Spider-Girl's Last Stand. So that's the backup story in here. And in the beginning, we get to see the conclusion to Miss Marvel and Spider-Man's team up. Yeah, totally excited about what's to come in the Amazing Spider-Man series. This is the last issue before Spider-Verse. So before we get all into that, let's talk about this one. So, cool cover here. Mayte Parker. I mean, she's all beat up, eyeballs exposed. You can tell it's her by her costume, the web shooters on the outside, everything like that. Really cool. Book is written by Dan Slott, Christos Gage, and the artwork done in this first story is done by Giuseppe Macaulay, which was phenomenal in this issue because I felt that he really captured Miss Marvel's expressions and excitement while teaming up with Miss Marvel in this issue, and I loved it. You know, when Miss Marvel's teaming up with Spider-Man in this issue, and they do certain moves, her mind is just, it's just blown, man, and you can see that here. I mean, she's in just shock, and we get to see Spider-Man and Miss Marvel obviously team up in this issue against this Kree scientist that's trying to capture this inhuman cocoon, and we get to see this these particular scientists here, or these little guards that are protecting the cocoon, and throughout this entire issue, or this first part of the story, that's what we get to see here. We get to see, you know, what Miss Marvel's powers are, how she's still getting used to those powers. She doesn't know when to use her powers in certain situations. So you can see the inexperience that she has while using her powers. However, teaming up with Spidey, it gives her a little bit more of an insight of what's going on, what to do, what she can and can't do. So I thought that was really awesome there. The dialogue between the characters were phenomenal. The other part of the story here is you get to focus on Cindy Moon. And it's really good now that they address this situation that they can't always be together hooking up because they're like crazy animals doing each other all the time, you know. So it's good that she's moved away from Peter. And we find out in this issue now that she's the intern, obviously, and then this is her reporter, and she wants to find out more. The reporter wants to find out more about Silk. And it's funny because she rags about how Silk's costume actually is, how it's just this web thing put on top of her, which I agreed with 100%. I don't like her costume. And then the issue goes back and you find out what the Inhuman actually is inside that cocoon, which I thought was quite interesting. I wasn't actually expecting that. And then when we finally see what happens at the end of this issue is that you see that Silk gets a new costume, which was really awesome to see. And I love this costume much more better. This is a legit costume. It doesn't make her look generic or anything like that. The baby was rescued. It's brought back to her parents. And now you get a pretty big spoiler here, but I'm glad that now you see the reasoning why they put out Learning to Crawl. And it wasn't just to get this early incarnation or origin told story of Spider-Man. It's that they're going to revisit it, and we get to see the man by the name of Clayton Cole, otherwise known as Clash, make his return in this issue. And so I thought that was a great to reintroduce the character through Learning to Crawl, and then to bring him in the Amazing Spider-Man series, and then you're going to see him actually work for Parker Industries. So it was a really good story. Love all the character moments in here. Love Miss Marvel. They write her so well. And Spider-Man actually said that you remind me of myself when I was a young teenager. So I really enjoyed that. And Miss Marvel's a great character. She's drawn very well in here again. really captures those moments. I wish she was actually drawn like this than she would be in her regular series. Even though I do like that artwork, I find so much more out of her here. Much more detailed. You can see how her body actually stretches and things like that. All right, enough of that. So let's go on to the second story. The second story is all about Mayte Parker, okay? Has to take place in Forest Hills, Queens, in Earth 982. And you can see right away the shit hits the fan here when it happens with Mayte Parker. And we can see she's being stomped on, her boyfriend's being tossed to the side, and, you know, has nothing to do with anything what's going on, calls him Speck, whatever it is. Right away in this issue, we get to see Peter Parker sacrifice himself for his daughter, Mayte. And I thought it was a really touching moment. He has one good leg. We can see that. He tries and goes after the villain, which his name is Damius, or Damios, if that's how you say it correctly. And Spider-Girl just doesn't know what to do. She wants to stop him, but everyone is telling her to go so she can save Ben, which is her little brother, in the issue. Peter does all he can to hold him off so Mayte can get in the way. MJ is behind Peter. She wants to stay and help Peter. And it was really great here because you get to see MJ really be in character, and you have not seen her be in character forever. Roberto Ramos does the artwork in this backup story, and he really does it well, and I really enjoyed it. Some of you guys I know are not Roberto Ramos' fans out there, but I really enjoyed it. Captured a lot of facial expressions. You can see the pain in Mayte's face right here when she sees her parents, that their doom is inevitable, and you can see that. The other Spider-Man come to pick her up and say, you have to leave, you have to come with us. And by the time you get to the end of this issue, you wind up seeing Peter here lying on the floor. So obviously that he is no more. Very good backup story. Really enjoyed it. How I feel for May on this one, it's taken a dark turn for her. And I feel that she is going to do whatever it takes to get her to avenge her parents' death. And just the pain and the agony I was, you know, seeing her go through, I was upset because it's sad to always see a Spider-Man die, but this is Peter Parker, just in an older version. So for him and MJ to die in the same issue, even though you really visually don't see it, it kind of pulled at the heartstrings a little bit because, you know, this is their daughter seeing, you know, their parents die. And the only survivor that she has left is her brother Ben. And so it was a really interesting story, and I enjoyed it a lot. So overall, this issue, guys, I'm probably going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not 5-star material, probably because of that first story. You know, it was a good story, but it wasn't a great story. Obviously, a filler right before, you know, Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man has no idea what's going on and everything. However, it had great moments in here, but not quite a 5-star book for me. I would have loved to seen this be a whole issue of Spider-Girl. I would have loved to seen the villain come in here and right from the start and just go through the portal and torture the family more and just put you more through that agony as a reader. You know, I would have liked to see that, you know, because it would have made even more of a greater impact on May as a character and for you as a reader. It would have been awesome if this whole thing was that issue, or give that story at least more pages and then the conclusion to this story less pages. So that's how I feel about this. But great issue nevertheless. 4.5 out of 5 stars. We're going on to Spider-Verse, fans. I'm excited about it. Tell me how you feel about this issue, how you felt about Mayte Parker. And fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Don't forget to check out more of my reviews over on Comic Frontline. And fans, until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching. Take care, fans. See you soon. Bye.